welcome to Gemstone Tarot, Tuesday the 25th. Just got to pull my sleeve down, of November 2025, where it's quite cold again. So we're going to be using another wintry deck. I'm like going out and looking for all my wintry sort of decks at the moment. So we have Spring Pastures Tarot. Yes. And we also have a Parliament of Owls. I know. Which does look slightly wintry, the cover, doesn't it? So, a Skulk of Thieves. A Skulk of Thieves. Love me a collective noun. Times were tough in the 1400s. Successive hard winters meant crops failed and harvests didn't produce enough food to sustain the population, while the move towards livestock farming meant that many agricultural workers found themselves without the means to make a living. Between 20 and 30% of the population of medieval Europe were considered destitute. Many died of starvation, disease caused by poverty. It's easy to see how the conditions led desperate people to steal, and 13th and 14th century coroners' inquests provide a written record of some of the tragic ends they met, often in the act of trying to provide for hungry families. One inquest tells the sad story of a thief falling from a ladder to his death while trying to steal a ham hanging from a beam in the roof of a peasant's house. In the towns and cities, pickpocketing was also rife, and in some areas gangs of thieves would work together to rob the wealthy as they travelled through the countryside. Their prowling behaviour, hanging back in the shadows, which is a very Seven of Swords kind of thing, isn't it? Until they saw a likely target, fits well with the collective noun devised for them, which they share with foxes and friars. The penalties for theft were initially fines, but as the offences became more serious and the amount stolen increased, the punishment worsened. Some thieves were flogged, others had an ear or a hand cut off. The most serious offenders were hanged, but for many petty criminals it was a risk worth taking. Oof. It's quite a balanced view of it, isn't it? A Skulk of Thieves. Okay, let's get into Winter Pastures Tarot. What do we need to know for Tuesday? It's always Tuesday. It's always Tuesday. What do we need to know? That reminds me of Speed, you know, with Keanu Reeves. What do you do? What do you do? Okay. Oh, wow. Let's just go big on the winter theme. That's what happens when you receive your gas and electric bill, isn't it? You're just like, oh, take me, I'm yours. Okay, Ten of Swords straight out. Maybe that's good because, you know, we kind of need this tight grip of... I don't even know what the word is for it, and let me know if you do, because I'd be really interested to know. But this tight grip of almost like the freeze, and I mean it sort of psychologically. It feels like since we were in Scorpio season that we are still quite bound, you know, it's still quite inflexible energy. And I can't put my finger on it. Oh, I can tell you what's going on outside the window though. We've got a man with a black beanie hat. We've got a woman who's carrying what looks like an enormous bauble that's red and shiny. Maybe they went to the flea market. And then we've got a little girl with a really cute pink hat. I think they went to the flea market yesterday. There you go. Anyhow, okay. Ten of Swords and... Hello, my name is the Knight of Pentacles. We've got Mr. Knight of Pentacles, but he's wearing, obviously, probably wearing Gore-Tex, you know, undergarments, long johns. He's probably thought long and hard about it. He's got some of those army food supplies in his backpack just in case anything goes wrong. Knight of Pentacles is telling us, of course, to be patient. There's a lot of sort of patience, but it's like a very still kind of a patience. You know, it's not even jam tomorrow. It's just like, forget about the jam. You know, there's no guarantees, there's nothing dangling, it's just patience. And I think if we're looking at winter as a season, and we're looking at this kind of coldness on the back, you can't really speed the weather up. And, you know, if you look at it biologically or environmentally or whatever, even though I'm not a huge fan of winter, and I think a lot of people aren't, it serves an enormous purpose in terms of the wheel of life. So, hooray that we do get a bit of winter sun, which is not the same as summer sun. It's weaker, it feels more distant, but you know what, we'll take it. That's a little bit of a breakthrough. I don't think it's the breakthrough, but I think it's a little bit of a breakthrough. Oof. Of course, very swordy and very icy, isn't it? We've got the 8 of Swords. You see, it's not a complete release, but we're not out of Mercury retrograde yet, so you're not going to get your complete release yet. I don't have the moon diary, but I'm wondering when the next... oof, gosh almighty. Full moon is. I do know, actually. I think it's on the 2nd of December, is it, or something? Anyway, just in case we hadn't had enough, like, battening down and swords, there's the 3 of Swords. Very elegant, but also very, very icy. It feels like there is a push here to confront difficult and frozen things. Thank God for that. I need to look at the bottom. Okay, good. We've got the Queen of Cups at the bottom. But, you know, she likes to scry, and the water in that cup's going to be a bit frozen, but she'll find a way. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Now, I'm very, very happy to see that, because it's a warmer, even though it's cold, and by God, I'd be wearing gloves, it's a warmer card in terms of it does have the promise of the earth, you know? I wonder if I've got the Oracle card to go with this. I seem to have every season. I've got spring, got autumn toilet, and I've got summer. One moment, please. If it's going to be anywhere, it's going to be here. I wonder if there isn't one. That's so weird. Oh well. I'll go for one of these instead. Do I want those? No. Ooh. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we're still in Samhain or whatever. It'll probably tell me. But hey. Hang on. Got me wheel. Okay, Beltane, blah blah blah. So I always get confused. We've got Imbolc as well, haven't we? When does that? That must be spring though, because there's some blossom on there. Samhain, autumn. Okay, winter solstice, Yule. Are we in Yule yet? Anyone who knows? Or are we still in Samhain? I'm going to go Samhain, but we'll take offers of Yule if it is Yule, because I do have Yule, I think. But it doesn't really feel like we're quite there for Yule. I'll be there for Yule. There's a song there somewhere, or a popular television programme. Ooh, like that. Sometimes the writing on these is a bit cray-cray, so we're just going to kind of go with the pictures, I think. Oh, very nice. They can be a bit difficult, these ones, so I'm quite pleased to get away with it. Right, let's have a look. Crystals and herbs. And you know that I know nothing about, well, don't know much about, I do have a crystal here that I'm really relating to today. But you know that I don't go in for knowing about crystals. I just like, people give them to me and I acquire them. I acquire loads of them. I've got loads over there. But I do it by feel. So when it comes to crystals and herbs, if you know what you're doing, crack on. And then we get apples. Now then, we all know that apples, women and fruit, can be a difficult one. So it could be temptation, but also they do keep very well for the winter. So it may be, and it says here, to taste it you need to swallow it whole. Seeds and everything, I suppose. Don't take a bite out of anything you can't handle. And then, I do like this. Thank God for that. Transformation. I was going to say transition. Transformation. Like 1,000 storms held in hands, soft against the winds, there is change arising from deep within. Whew. Thank God. Okay, leave me a comment and I will see you tomorrow. Do check out your monthly readings down below. Namaste.